So subscribers will know that in, what is it now, 3 weeks I leave KL, and then 4 weeks after that I start my trip. So I'm going to be traveling around the world and learning languages. But subscribers will know that I haven't actually decided what language it is I'm going to learn yet. So I'm setting myself a challenge. The 30th of April, the end of the month, that is when I'm going to decide what language I'm going to learn, okay? This is a big life decision that I've just arbitrarily decided I'm going to do in a week. And the reason I think I need this deadline is because I am so easily influenced when it comes to languages. So I've spent a lot of time recently researching Arabic. I found somebody on italki who I wanted to speak to who spoke Levantine Arabic, wanted to talk about that. And I did all this research about Arabic, and then I was walking down the street and I heard a couple speaking Dutch. And I was like, Dutch sounds really cool. And then suddenly my entire life plan just gets thrown out the window. So long story short, we need a solution. This is going to be the solution. What I'm going to do today is just look at Google some stuff, go on Wikipedia, just get loads of information about those different languages. So I'm going to start with the Wikipedia list of languages by total number of speakers, which seems like a legit place to start. The thing is, though, I don't necessarily... The reason why I learn languages isn't because... Or rather, a legit reason to learn languages is to increase the total number of people you can speak with. But I don't think that's the way languages work. I think you've got to be much more... I think it's more of an art than a science in that respect, making the decision anyway. Okay, let's go back to the list. So, Mandarin Chinese, number 1. I lived in Hong Kong for a few months. I really enjoyed it. They obviously speak Cantonese there, not Mandarin. And I thought about learning Cantonese while I was there, and all of the Hong Kongers who I spoke to were like, you're mad, why would you learn Cantonese? Go and learn Mandarin. And then I was immediately turned off because I was like, why would I learn Mandarin when I'm in a country that speaks Cantonese? So I didn't even make an attempt to speak Mandarin or Cantonese, but I do really love the idea of a character-based language. I think that's really cool. Okay, number 2, English. Yeah, okay. Number 3, Hindi. Hindi would be really cool. That's 652 million L1 and L2 speakers. I think we should go by L1 actually. L1 is probably more appropriate. So 438 million L1 speakers of Hindi. Never actually been to India, but everybody who has been seems to have had this like life-changing experience. So it would be a great excuse. For me, language is as much about, well, I would say it's probably more about travel and culture and meeting people than it is about just the science of learning the language. Okay, next one is Spanish. My friend Sarah is about to go and learn Spanish, actually. She's going to go to Colombia, I think. Sorry, Sarah, if that's wrong. And that sounds amazing. I think that would be such a cool experience. For some reason, I can't get excited about Spanish. I know it's really important, and I know that you would get the whole of... Let's have a look at the Spanish map thing. Okay, so this is the map of what you get if you speak Spanish. All of Spain, a little bit of Africa, and all of South America. Like, that is really cool. Being able to get... You could travel all the way from Mexico down to Argentina and speak Spanish the whole way around. I think if I decided it was going to be a language trip, like if I was going to go from Mexico to Argentina and learn Spanish along the way, I think that would be an amazing adventure, but Okay, back to the list. Arabic, I think, would be really, really cool. I think the thing about Arabic is that it gives you an excuse to travel around that region. And in the West, I think we hear so much about the Arabic world, and you know, it sounds like a lot of it is bad, right? I mean, it sounds like the place is awful and that you shouldn't go and that it would be dreadful and blah 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 blah. And maybe that's true, or maybe it's not. But I think that the important thing is to go and explore and see what it's like. And surely there's a whole culture, a whole wealth of history in that region. But it's somewhere that I just have no experience of, and that's something that I would really like to change. Okay, French is another one that I want to talk about. Let me open the page for French, because French has a really cool map. Okay, map of what you get when you speak French. Now, the thing that I think is really cool about this is that you get big chunks of Africa that I never even thought of. And that is a continent that I really want to travel around. I mean, I said South America, I would be quite keen. I think it would be an amazing trip. But Africa, for some reason, I feel much more of an emotion, like a sort of... you don't really know why it would be cool, but for some reason in your head, you're like, I want to explore Africa. Okay, what have we got here? Portuguese, Bengali, German. See, German is my first love. Because it was the first language I ever learned, it has like a special place in my heart, and I really love speaking German. I really love listening to it. Okay, Italian. Italian would be cool. I have a couple of friends who I actually met when I was studying German in Hamburg in 2016. And they live in Venice, and it's, by the way, just an amazing, like, how can you live in Venice? It just sounds like a ridiculous thing. Anyway, so Italian would be amazing. I love the idea of just kicking around Venice, like hanging out by the canals, like speaking Italian to people, getting lost in the random little... And the food as well. I mean, imagine, I think I would put on about 5 stone living in Italy. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. That's a lot of languages to go away and think about, and all the rest of the list as well that I didn't talk about. And in fact, if you're in the future, then I'll put a link. Click here. There'll be a link here in the end. There won't be now if you're watching it, immediately after it comes out. But if you're watching it in the future, then this will tell you what language I ended up picking. For now though, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to me already, then please do. There's a button here if you want to subscribe to my videos and follow my trip. I'm going to be away for a whole year, so there'll be loads of videos coming out as I get ready to go, as I choose my language, as I pack all my stuff together, and then wherever I end up going, I'll be bringing my camera the whole way, and hopefully buying a new camera because I'm so fed up with this, with just using my phone. It's a bit naff.